Hi guys, welcome back to Dudley Central. I just want to go over the bits and pieces that I've been up to over August. Any comments are welcome, of course. Hope you enjoy. So the main bit of work that I've done over the last month is the woodwork. I've spent a lot of time making sure the baseboards are level and stable as well. Whilst I've also added back scenes just behind. So far I've done 3 sides, and ultimately I'm going to be building a temporary section here where the trains can loop back round, giving me a tail chaser layout. So yeah, I mean that's been the most part of it. I've also re-evaluated the track layout. In my last one I just had the 2 platforms, the island one in the middle, but now I've decided I'm going to add in this bay platform here, which is going to be a terminating platform, and I've made it so that a 2-car class 170 could fit in there. At the moment, as you can see, is a 150, but I just thought this would give a bit more operational interest, and of course then there'll be a set of buffers here. The idea being I'm going to have a subway on the platform. I find this is quite rarely modelled actually. A lot of people seem to opt for footbridges, so I fancied going for something a little bit different. I've also picked up these from eBay, these laser cut platform shelters. They were only, I think they were like £5 or £6 for the 2. Obviously they need a coat of primer and painting, but I quite like those. They look quite impressive. I've also gone about detailing my station building now. So I had these made for me by Signage, and I really like them. Of course there's the Network YouTube map there. I have only used a couple at the moment. So there's this one here. If it will focus. I'll try this side as well, it's the same one. There we go. And the London Midland posters I've had from the previous layout, Round Oak Lane, so I just took them straight off, put them on here. So I think it's looking quite good, the station building, now that I've added the signage. And that's about it. At the moment the back scenes, they've only had, what is it, 2 coats of paint, so they're still looking a bit patchy. I do kind of think they look a bit cloudy in this situation, but I don't know whether to get a solid blue finish or maybe, I don't know, leave it as it, do another coat and then leave it as it is. But again, we'll see how that works out. So as we come round to the other side of the layout, again, I'm not keeping, I've just put this here for sizing. This is the construction building I had on the previous layout, but I fully intend to keep that as where the castle's going to go on the hill. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a countryside scene sort of leading off here, and then possibly something like allotments or something like that. A bit like how Everard Junction used to have his layout as it led into the tunnel. I'm thinking of doing something similar and going with the canal going across underneath. And then, I don't know, I'm going to fit the bus garage in somewhere, because that's one of my favourite kit builds. That's about it really. I think the next kind of area will be definitely building this this temporary section across here, and then I can start really laying the track. Again, at this point here, I've got these curves are actually set track 3rd and 4th radius. I don't know whether I'm going to stick with them or opt to go with flexi. but to be honest, the kind of path they take is what I would be looking to use, so it might just be easier to stick with those. But what I'm looking forward to actually looping it round, and then once I get to that point I'll be adding the underlay and the canting as well, and we'll go from there. So this is my latest addition. It's quite an old model actually, but it was in brand new condition when I found it. Very luckily came across it at Bridgnorth Toy Fair. Of course it's a Hornby DVT Mark III trailer, and it's 82133. This model's particularly difficult to find. I've been after it for years, been looking at eBay, and they go for ridiculous prices, and even then they come up few and far between, but I've been desperate for this one, and it was quite timely as well, because obviously the Hornby Class 87 is due any day now, so I love it. I think it's one of the best liveries British Rail ever came out with, and I think it brings my DVTs up to 5 now. But of course it's got the usual details. I need to fit the pipes on. Just bear with me, I'll get the there we go. So it's got directional lighting and the interior lighting. It looks really nice, and behind the Mark II rake I think it looks quite nice. In terms of the colour match-up, which obviously has become a topic of discussion lately, Intercity Swallow, it's a little bit more custardy than the Mark II rake. Dave from Deer Park Station had advised me that actually this is closer to Hornby's HST rake than the Mark II's. As I don't know, I mean, a lot of West Coast mainline modelers like myself would be thinking maybe getting a Mark III rake, but we all know what Oxford Rail's Mark III coaches look like, and I'm not sure whether to take the chance or not with it, but this DVT might stick out like a sore thumb with it, particularly with that custard yellow. So what I might do is I might stick with a Mark II rake and place a buffet Mark III in the centre, and I might just go for one of Hornby's Mark III buffet trailers, just so that the rake looks a little bit more uniform. Whoever's colour's right, I don't know. I mean, that debate will go on forever and ever. But yeah, so that's it. So I hope you like what you see. Any feedback and comments are always welcome, of course. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll leave you with a couple of running shots, and bye for now.